Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And the national anthem led by Concord University Concords. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Peter Viscusi, Provost and Vice President of Concord University.
Thank you, Dr. Manzo, for your role as Grand Marshal in today's ceremony. Thank you also, Dr. Kelly Hudson and the Concords for their stirring performance of our national anthem, and Dr. Ball and the Concord University Band for our prelude. On behalf of Concord University, I welcome you to our Founders Day celebration. Today we celebrate our 147th year. Once a year, Concord University has the opportunity to celebrate Founders Day to reflect on the rich legacy and history of the university and to highlight the dedicated service of our faculty, staff, and students. Thank you for joining us on this special occasion. It is now my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce Concord University's president, Dr. Kendra Baugus.
Thank you, Dr. Manzo and Dr. Viscusi, Dr. Hudson, the Concords, and Dr. Ball, the band, our faculty, staff, and students. Thank you for being here. I'd like to take a few moments to recognize several special guests who've joined us today for the ceremony. If you'll please stand when I call your name, we can recognize each of you. Mr. Doug Moore, a member of the Board of Governors representing the staff. Dr. Sally Howard, member of the Board of Governors representing the faculty. Mr. Tom Bone, Emeriti staff. Ms. Haley Fields, SGA president. Mr. William Williams, faculty president. Ms. Susie Lusk, classified staff president. Thank you all for being here. Today we're going to take a few moments from our busy schedules to celebrate the founding of Concord University. As was mentioned a moment ago, this is our 147th year. Founders Day is a time when we can celebrate the rich history and the promising future of Concord University. It allows us a time to reflect on how our past has shaped who we are and an opportunity to define the goals we've set for ourselves and for the future. We've seen many changes in our institution during its history. Concord was chartered by the state legislature on February 28, 1872, as a branch of the state normal school to offer the, quote, normal teaching certificate to those preparing to instruct in area schools. We've opened our doors to the first 70 students at the site of today's Athens Elementary School on State Street. The present campus grew from a 26-acre farm plot purchased from the Vermillion family after fire devastated it in the Midtown location in November of 1910. The name of our institution changed then from Concord State Normal School to Concord State Teachers College in 1931. It became Concord College in 1943, and in 2004, it became Concord University. Like those who came before us, we share a deep commitment to and belief in the power of education to make a difference in the lives of our students, our communities, and the greater society. Concord has always been a pillar of educational excellence, an institution committed to community service, and a place that welcomes all who want to come to learn and go to serve. Concord offers the bright light of opportunity to students and the local, statewide, and international communities where education, grounded by a solid liberal arts foundation and a diversity of idea and people, are valued. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Erin Barnett, the class of 2009. Erin is an award-winning journalist. She earned a bachelor's degree in communications with an emphasis in broadcast journalism from Concord in 2009. She currently co-hosts the lifestyle show Living East Tennessee, which airs weekdays on ABC affiliate WATE out of Knoxville, Tennessee. She previously worked as a reporter and anchor at a CBS affiliate in Knoxville, WSLS in Roanoke, Virginia, and WBNS in Gent, West Virginia. Erin grew up in Giles County, Virginia. She is married to Mario Azevedo, and they have a 2-year-old son, Mario Azevedo III. Thank you, and please welcome Erin Barnett.
Thank you all so much for being here today. Wow, when I was asked to come back and speak today, you're forced to reflect on your time at Concord and all the many chapters of your life. You start thinking about your professors, which I've seen many of them today, catching up with them, the people who have really helped shape you, your classmates, your time on campus. And I was joking with my husband, you start to think of the other stuff, like do the students who live in 509B in North Tower really appreciate the view out the window like I did? Do they still serve the patty melt in the cafeteria, which I went by there today and we did eat there? And all those things just start to come back to you. And I actually found myself on Thursday night, my husband was upstairs with my son. I pulled this big plastic bin out of the garage that I had kept, my mom had kept with all of my college memories, and started pulling those out. I found my Concord cheer uniform. I even found my very first resume tape that I sent out to to news stations across the country when I was trying to land that big gig as a TV reporter. It just really forced me to look back at my life and really start to be thinking about why it was so important to get my education. And students who are in this room today, you're gonna find yourself in that position one day where you're looking back, peeling back the layers of your life, the chapters of your story, and you're gonna see that your education is at your core. And I had to continue to remind myself of that throughout the years, of how vital my education was for me. And today I just really want to emphasize the importance of why it is so proud, and why it's so important to be proud of your university and proud of your education. More importantly, the people, the mentors, the people who surround you and build you up, not only just helping you reach that goal, but really believing in what you can do with your dream. And the final one is just sharing that gift of your education. It is a gift, and it is our goal as we learn to give it back. And so those things have really helped kind of shape me into sharing my dream with others who share that same goal. You will always be a mountain lion, always will be in your heart. And I love this university as much now as I did when I was here. I've been able to spend some time this morning here reflecting on that. And you know, the education, the quality of education you receive here is unmatched. The standards are certainly high, but I promise you, it will pay off because it will serve you in your future, and I know it has in mine, especially through my path, my career path. It has been a true testament of that as well. So just basically going through some of the thoughts that I had. Just number one, it sounds cliche, but never say no to your dream. You're going to get a lot of no's. You probably already have gotten a lot of no's from people who say, that's not possible, or it's not for you, or maybe you're just not the right person for that opportunity. But from an early age, I told my mother that I wanted to be on television, and she believed in me. And from there, I just set out to say, I'm going to do this. And over the years, it's been tough receiving those no's. And most recently, after being in the business for more than 10 years, I got my biggest no of all. I had finally worked on my dream job and taken it as a morning anchor in Knoxville. And I was told after 6 years of being in that position that they were going to move in another direction. I was absolutely devastated. This is what I had worked for since I was a little girl, and they were taking it away from me. But I had to reflect in that moment and realize that I could not allow them to remove this from me. I had to step up and say, I'm going to have to walk away from this job, which at the time, like I said, was very hurtful because I thought, it's my dream. This is what I've always worked for. So it took some time off, not knowing if any other station in town would even answer my calls. And about 2 months in, I finally sent out my resume tape and ended up getting a job at the ABC affiliate within a month, and I had to start at the bottom again. I had to go back out in the field as a general assignment reporter, but I cannot tell you how humbling that experience was. And that brings me back to Concord, because through my education here, I learned how to do every job in the business. I hated learning lighting, but the team here forced us to learn every part of the business so that we could one day go out in the field and say, yes, I can do lighting. Do I love it? No, but they don't need to know that. I can get the job if I can hang the lights. So anyways, I started back at the bottom, and I didn't let that opportunity be a no or a door closed. Secondly, that leads me to surrounding yourself with your mentors. I had something totally different planned to say here today, but I do want to recognize someone who has played a huge role in that for me. Miss Eugenia Thomas, who's sitting here in the middle of the room. She was my high school teacher who decided that she was going to follow my dream and my passion with me, and she helped me set up a TV station in the library, in the janitor's closet. And this was back in 2007, I believe. And she had seen that I was going to be here today, so she decided to come. And she is this year celebrating her 50th anniversary of her graduation from Concord University. So that tells you and shows you how the influence of Concord College at the time has trickled down. She learned that valuable lesson of a dream and passed that on to me, which was part of the reason that led me to take my classes here and studies here. And it goes on and on. I had a wonderful team of professors here who decided to allow me to work at 59 News. After my internship, they offered me a full-time job, and the professors here said, hey, we'll make this work. So I went to class during the day and went and worked at the news station at night. It was a phenomenal experience, and it wouldn't have been possible if my professors would not have allowed that to happen with my schedule. And from that point on, I really learned the valuable lesson, and my third point today is passing on the knowledge. As I mentioned earlier, education is a gift, and it is meant to be shared, no matter what your path is in life. And I was thinking about the different mentors you have. You have your mentors who are experts, who guide you through your life. You have your mentors who are your colleagues, the people side by side who are trying to reach those same goals and challenges. And then you have the people who are wanting to be where you are. And that's something we all need to remember, like Eugenia did for me, like my professors at Concord did for me. They saw what my passion was, and they believed in me, and they pushed me forward to my dream. So students, soak it all up. This university will equip you better than any other university on the planet. I can tell you that. And I promise you, it is important to be proud of Concord. I'm in a field now with journalists from big journalism schools, and they're so proud to talk about where they went. And I'm just as proud. And I always tell my interns, you have a little bit of Concord in you because you got to work with me. I'm able to pass that on, which means so much to me. So be proud of your university. Never stop dreaming. Never stop working hard. You can achieve if you do not say no to your dream. Thank you all so much.
Now we will have a musical performance from the Concord University Band under the direction of Dr. David Ball.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ball. That was beautiful. Thank you all to the band. Very good work. It's not often that we have time or the opportunity to recognize the individuals who make Concord the place we all call home. Today, we're going to take some time to acknowledge several individuals whose dedication to Concord, its mission, and most importantly, its students, merits nomination for the Presidential Excellence Awards. As I read through your nominations, and there were many of them, I thought we need to do this either more often or give more awards, because many of you deserve meritorious recognition, and appreciate all that you do. The staff, the classified staff, the faculty, all of you do wonderful work, and you're often asked to do more than I think a lot of places. We are not overly abundant in terms of numbers of people, and you carry many jobs on your shoulders, so it's much appreciated. Nominations came from every constituency group, and they were made across all categories of people. The candidates may have been nominated by a student, a staff member, or a faculty member. So what we're going to do, I'm going to ask all the nominees for each area to stand, and then we'll make the award. The Faculty Presidential Excellence Award nominees are, and if you'll just please stand and we'll recognize after I name everyone. Miss Angela Adair, Dr. Joe Allen, Dr. Jonathan Berkey, Mr. Lonnie Bowe, Dr. Dave Chambers, Dr. Charlotte Davis, Dr. Angela Fideli, Heather Hamilton, Dr. Kathy Hawks, Dr. Scott Ingram, Dr. Dan Kreider, Dr. Marwa Abdul Latif, Dr. Tracy Luff, Dr. Timothy Mainland, Ms. Lori Pace, Dr. Catherine Nutter Pridgeon, Dr. Anita Reynolds, Dr. Elizabeth Roth, Dr. Amanda Sawchuk, Ms. Shelley Stump, Dr. William Williams, and Dr. Hong Yin. Thank each of you for the service that you give and the time you give to all of our students. Now, the winners, I'm going to ask to please come forward. The Faculty Presidential Awardees are Dr. Scott Ingram and Dr. Amanda Sawchuk. Classified Staff Presidential Excellence Award nominees are Mr. John Bolt, Mr. Eric Curry, Ms. Teresa Fry, Ms. Lucinda Gonderman, Mrs. Christy Lamb, Ms. Crystal Land, Ms. Lauren Smith, Mr. Andrew Soljet, Ms. Tara Taylor, Mrs. Dixie Terrell, Ms. Laura Woolward. Will you please stand and be recognized? The Classified Staff Presidential Awardees are Ms. Teresa Fry and Mr. Andrew Soljet. And I want to just mention that yesterday when the trees fell down, come on up, Andrew. He was out there cutting them down without being asked, doing one of the many things that he often does volunteer to do. So we really appreciate all that you and Eric did to clean up the place. The non-classified staff Presidential Excellence Award nominees are Mrs. Alicia Bessonnier, Mr. Shea Booth, Mrs. Susie Lusk, and Mr. Steve Meadows. The non-classified staff presidential awardees are Mr. Shea Booth and Mrs. Susie Lusk. Please come forward. The Student Presidential Award nominees are, and if you'll all please stand, Michaela Akers, Yafet Asefa, Isaac Van Blaricom, Gavin Brandenburg, Peyton Brown, Trennan Calloway, Michelin Chapel, Haley Fields, Emma Gardner, Chelsea Goings, Ariel Holliday, Edith Johanna Martinez, Taylor Life, Lydia McGee, Bailey Meadows, Jenna Mounts, Alyssa O'Donnell, and Courtney White. Thank all of you. I'm going to ask the winners to come forward. The Student Presidential Awardees are Michaela Akers and Haley Fields. It's a long walk. And the auxiliary staff presidential nominees are Ms. Tina Brown and Mrs. Mary Keaton. And the winners of the award are Ms. Tina Brown and Mrs. Mary Keaton. Please come forward. As we celebrate Founders Day, we extend to you our continued commitment that Concord University will remain the place for excellence and accomplishment that would astound and delight the founders who came before us. It was their dream, and we recognize that their preparations and sacrifices were made in order for our students to achieve their dreams and goals. We have taken up that dream and we carry it forward today. It's important for us to come together on occasions like Founders Day, not only to remember, to acknowledge, and to thank those people who have come before us, but also give ourselves a chance to reflect on the triumphs that take place every day on the Concord campus. I sincerely thank you for having taken the time to join us and look forward to seeing you often on the campus beautiful. Thank you.
Please stand for the Alma Mater. The words can be found on the back cover of your program. Please join us for a small reception in the Alexander Fine Arts lobby. The audience may be seated while the faculty remain standing for the recessional.